Minimum wage has not gone up since 2009. In Wisconsin, our minimum wage is still the federal minimum wage of $7.25. It is shameful. Since 2014, we've been supporting a $15 minimum wage. And for one of the most wealthy members of Congress to sit and say that Congress shouldn't set a standard of living and raising the minimum wage is the frustration that so many people have in this country. Is why people have tuned out of politics, because they feel like nobody's looking out for them. And that's because Ron Johnson is in the United States Senate not looking out for us.
So it is one thing for Democrat Mandela Barnes to point out that Ron Johnson is rich and disconnected, doesn't understand regular people's lives, isn't interested in learning about regular people's lives. That's, I think, a good thing for Barnes to focus on. But it's far more effective when Ron Johnson decides to do it for him, pointing out that, yeah, regular people are struggling and they do have it harder than people living in a lot of other countries, but he very much does not want to change anything about that, as you'll see in this clip.
What would it take to get you to consider 6 to 12 weeks of paid time off for a mother to recover from childbirth, or even a father and a mother to bond with their child?
Well, again, I realize that benefits are really popular, and spending money we don't have and mortgaging our kids' future is pretty popular. But the fact is we don't have the money for this. And if you force it on the private sector, you will start reducing jobs. You could put businesses out of work.
Never forget, they want the government to be able to force you to have a child and then immediately get back to work and just leave the child on a counter or something for 8 to 12 to 16 hours. That is their actual position. They don't care. They don't think it's worth spending literally any money, which we definitely have. Let's be clear about that. We're the richest country that has ever existed. And I will remind you, I know our audience doesn't need to be reminded. If we can jump ahead to graphic 6. Right now, we're at 0 weeks of paid leave. Even the 6 to 12 weeks that the moderator there brought up would still put us at the back of the pack. We bring up this chart and you'll see Estonia gives 86 weeks of paid leave. I understand that the text is small. We're the yellow one at the bottom. Ireland, Switzerland, New Zealand, Australia, they don't give a ton, but every one of these other countries cares enough. And you know what? They've found a way. They've dug through the couch cushions and they've figured out a way to pay for it. Only the United States is uniquely ill-equipped to pay for people to be able to care for and bond with their child for a day or two following birth. Ben, what do you think?
Well, I don't know how the richest nation on earth can be expected to compete with Bulgaria or Latvia or Slovakia's ability to pay for things. They don't even probably have stores with which to pay for stuff. So they've got all the money in the world to be able to pay for maternity leave. Those are countries that probably don't even have money to pay for better PR, so those countries have better public images. They're instead spending it on maternity leave and stuff that their people need instead of public relations. Here in America, we got great PR, and so how can you expect us to have any money left over to pay for the things we need? Have you looked at it from that perspective, John?
I have not. You're opening up my mind right now. If you're watching the Damage Report from Bulgaria, we love you, by the way. And we're very jealous of some of your social policies.
Yeah, they probably are watching because they're home on maternity leave right now, taking care of their children.
Which they should be.
Yeah, strong point, John. So what? If you're gonna make strong points, I'll walk off this show right now.
Okay, I will stop now.